look at you. Tight in the face, sourpuss. Hey, it's me, looking cute the way I should be looking in this video. I don't know who told me that the no makeup look was a thing for me, but high glam is where I stay. So don't come at me for my makeup in this video. And also don't let me do my makeup like that again because I look crazy. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Imai and this is BeatTV. BeatTV is a series on my channel where we watch an episode of a TV show. It's been mostly cartoons, but we can switch it up if you want to while I put my makeup on. And this week we are actually putting makeup on. So if you guys have not noticed, starting last week in the description of my BeatTV videos, I'm giving you guys a little hint as to what we're watching next week. So don't forget to look at that and maybe make some guesses in the comments what we're watching next week. But this week we are watching season 4 episode 9 of All Grown Up, called In the Family's Way. I originally intended to do this episode directly after my Proud Family video so it can be like, look at this terrible parenting we talked about last week. This week we're going to talk about an example of some really good parenting. And then I took my hiatus for 2 months, but I'm back now and I wanted to do this video, so I'm gonna do it. Still down below we have the Palestinian Medical Relief Fund. I'm going to say it in every video until Palestine is free. The link will be down there in every video, my vlogs, my podcast, on my podcast channel over there. So let's get started. So the episode begins and Angelica is very loudly on the phone talking about her trip to Hawaii, and the rest of the gang is like, look at Angelica rubbing it in our faces that she's gonna go to Hawaii. And Angelica gets off the phone and makes it very clear that I'm not trying to rub it in your face. I'm trying to rub it in the faces of Savannah, Brianna, and Paris so that one day they can be jealous of me like how I'm jealous of them, and then we'll be like this. I'll be in the in crowd and you'll be nothing to me. My family and a group of friends that we've been hanging out since diapers, and 2 of you are my literal family, you'll be nothing to me. So Angelica walks out of the Java Lava, which I forgot to mention that they are in. The Java Lava is Chucky and Kimmy's dad's coffee shop. If you watched the end of Rugrats when they were kind of setting up for All Grown Up, even though All Grown Up was kind of running at the same time as the last season of Rugrats, you could see Chaz and Kimmy purchasing the Java Lava to set up to be their hangout spot. Angelica is leaving the Java Lava like, bye losers, I'm going to Hawaii. And immediately after, Angelica screams at her mom like, what do you mean I'm not going to Hawaii? Hawaii! What do you mean we're not going to Hawaii? Angelica comes home with all of these shopping bags because she was buying clothes for her trip, and she gets the news that she's not going to Hawaii, and her mom is like, yeah, I have to network for my new business venture, but we'll go next year. So Angelica's parents go over to these investors' house to get money for her venture, which she really doesn't say what it is, but the investors are Susie's parents. And you know, she's talking about college costs so much. I'm like really messing up this. Like, don't you want your kid to get into the best school? Like, if you invest in my venture, the return is going to be so great, blah blah blah. The kids are making dinner and Susie takes the spoon out of the pot and like licks it, I guess, to taste the food. And one of her brothers, she has so many siblings, is like, I saw you lick it and put it back. Family rule, you have to set the table now. And Angelica's mom is like in awe of how she gets, you know, her kids to behave so well, and Angelica's an asshole. And she's like, well, how do you do that? And he's like, we have a chore chart and we're very organized in here. And Charlotte's like, well, Angelica's only chore is not complaining about Hawaii, meaning this girl doesn't have any chores in her house, which was to be expected because of who Charlotte is and who Angelica is and who their dad is. I'm not surprised that this girl does not have any chores. Hey, it's me in editing. But on the other hand, like, as hard as Charlotte was on Jonathan, her assistant, why doesn't Angelica have any chores? Susie's mom kind of makes like a, well, if things get really bad, I know it's getting real ASMR in here. That's just because I'm opening my products. Susie's mom is like, not being for real. If it ever gets bad, you can send her over here, ha ha ha. And then Angelica's mom is like, all right, we'll sign here to invest in my thing that I didn't even explain to you really what it is. Because when she asks like, well, what is it? She's like, oh, it's too long to explain, but you're gonna get some good money. All right, girl. So after this dinner, can you see him? Oh God, where is he? There he goes, his little butt. Oh, he's gone. After dinner, Angelica's in her like little club outfit, and she's like, all right, bye dad, I'm leaving. He doesn't even acknowledge. He's like, all right, bye girl, have fun. And Charlotte's like, girl, where are you going? And she's like, clubbing. Since I'm not going to Hawaii, you owe me, so I'm going clubbing. And she's like, girl, you don't know how good you have it. Go upstairs. What are you doing? Which is rightfully so. This girl is 12. What do you mean clubbing? Where are you going? It's 9 o'clock at night on a school night. Clubbing? For 12-year-old? What do they even have that? First of all, I know my hair looks crazy. I know. It's about time for a new wig, okay? I did U-parts for a while, damaged my leave out, so now we're back in this terrible wig, but it's almost time for a new one, so just bear with me. Well, Charlotte shows up with Angelica to the Carmichael residence and is like, hey, remember that thing you said at dinner? Here she is. And they're like, whoa, we was just playing, and it's not a good time right now. Susie's older sister is here with the baby. Like, this just ain't it, sis. And she's like, oh, perfect. There's extra bodies in the house. It's gonna be even more hard for her. A week sounds good. And he's like, well, I'll give you a 50% stake in the company that you just invested in. Susie's dad is like, ooh. That's like the exact face he makes. He's like, and they agree and let Angelica stay there. Angelica's mom is like, I think a week will do. Treat her like one of your own. See you in a week, girly. And Angelica's like, where's my sweet? So Susie's mom drops all of Angelica's stuff in Susie's room and is like, sorry girls, you're gonna have to share this week. And Susie's like, what's going on here? And both of them are not fond of the idea of sharing for the next week. But Angelica is automatically on prima donna mode. I need all the closet space. Where's your steam iron for my clothes? This is gonna be a piece of cake. And Susie's like, you're not gonna last here, babe. So they wake up at the ass crack of dawn, and Angelica is informed that the rule is the last person out of bed has to make all of the beds, which I think is a dumb rule. Who cares? But, you know, family rule. And then Angelica drags herself to the very long bathroom line, and at the end of the line, she is informed that another family rule is that the last person in the bathroom has to clean the toilet. Okay. That's a weird rule, but all right. So Angelica gets to the breakfast table and she's a little bit rude, talking about, I want my grapefruit juice organic. And she's like, okay, well, there's orange juice and that's what you're gonna have. And then when she sits down at the table, she's like, pass the pancakes. And he's like, well, what do you say? And she's like, now? And he's like, well, you need to be saying please and thank you. All of this is justified. All of this is correct so far. You know, she's being a little rude. She don't even need to be doing all that, talking about some now. Not in my house. You're not going to disrespect me in my house. That's crazy. And their family rule is you get what you get and you don't get upset. That's not a family rule. That's just like a general saying that people say. That's not a rule. Some of it I get, but other rules, some of these rules are kind of ridiculous. I cannot lie. Some of these rules are ridiculous. Also, this is all I'm doing to my face today. I work at night tonight. I work at 5 o'clock. I feel like there's no reason to have glitter sparkle eyes and liquid lipstick and big old lashes. Angelica's complaining about all these stupid rules. And one of the family rules is that you don't complain about family rules. And she's like, well, here's some of my rules. I don't get up before 8 on a school day. What time does this school start? Middle school did start later than high school. But still, you don't get, what? She's like, I don't wash toilets ever. This is not your house. If that's what, your mama dropped you off here. If that's what the Carmichaels are saying, that's what you're doing, babe. Don't be disrespectful in their house. So the rest of the table gets up to go catch the bus, and Angelica's still in her robe, and she's like, I'm not ready, so you're gonna have to drive me. And this brown paper bag lunch, cute, but no. And her mom is like, well, I don't drive people to school. They take the bus. You're not a guest in this home. You are here for a week as a member of the family. So you are going to act the way my family acts. And one of their other, this one is, I think this is so stupid. The last person at the table clears it. I just feel like that encourages eating too fast, making them sick because no one wants to clear the table. Like, that's just a dumb rule. How come everyone just can't clean up after themselves? There's so many of y'all. Just clean up after yourself. So back at school, Susie and the gang are all laughing about how Angelica's not gonna make it. She's not gonna last the whole week. And Tommy's like, I don't know, man. And everyone looks at him like, and he's like, no, I don't want her to win, but she's a tough cookie. Like, I know my cousin. She's tough. She probably got this. And Chucky's like, yeah, I'm with Tommy. She's pretty tough. But everyone looked at him like, bitch, what the fuck? Like, ugh, relax. So Phil and Tommy make a bet that Angelica's, whether or not she's gonna make it. So Phil is like, I don't think she's gonna make it. Tommy's like, if she makes it, you gotta clip my toenails. And Phil is like, if she doesn't make it, you gotta comb my hair for lice. And then Angelica runs up looking disheveled. And the rest of the gang is like, see? And Tommy's like, I know my cousin. She got this. So, of course, back at Angelica's house, this is the B plot. Charlotte and Drew are enjoying their time without Angelica, without the yelling, the noise, the complaining. And Dill takes it upon himself to be their surrogate child until Angelica is back in the household. That's the B plot. You know that's not what we're here for, but God bless. So, after school, Angelica sprints home and she's like, I'm here first. And she's like celebrating because so far all these rules are like last person gets the punishment or the chore or whatever. Susie's mom is like, well, since you're here first, the rule is you have to help prep dinner. So peel 1,000,000 freaking potatoes for dinner tonight. Why couldn't she get prep it? Like, I don't think this is intentional sabotage, but like, why couldn't someone tell her like a couple of these rules so that she came in a little bit prepared? Because like, I would have stopped at the library too if I was Angelica, so I didn't have to prep dinner, but no one told me. And now I have to peel all these freaking potatoes. That's not fair. So at the dinner table, one of Susie's brothers is doing that like, I'm not touching you, just like asshole, annoying BS. And when Angelica tries to excuse herself from the table to go watch TV and eat her dinner, he's like, no, we don't do that here. Like, okay, then tell your son to knock it off. So she kind of snaps and is like, I have been doing every single chore since I got here. Whether you like it or not, I'm gonna go sit in front of that TV. And everyone's like, ooh, you're gonna get it. She is now on diaper duty. Since Susie's sister is here with the baby, she is on diaper duty. So she's on diaper duty and she does, I don't even know what she does with them. I think it's implied that she like cleans them or something. I have no idea. They have a diaper service that comes to pick up the dirty diapers. But I don't know. And she's ready to crack. And she's at school like, I cannot take this anymore. And Tommy, because of course Angelica doesn't know that Tommy has this wager out on her. He's like, yo, can you stick it out a couple more days? And she's like, no. I can't stick it out a couple more days. I'm dying. Others are in the back like laughing it up. So Brianna overhears Angelica quitting and she's like, yeah, I just checked with Susie and she said that you're never gonna make it. And that's why I bet against you. So thank you so much for quitting. I just won my bet. And Angelica's like, Susie said that? And now she's like, I gotta stick it out. So the next day, Angelica's up bright and early, ready for school, making breakfast, mopped the floors, taking the trash out. And she's like, don't ever in your life count me out. You think I can't do it? Watch me. I wish that was me because if you, oh, she's not going to make it. That does not motivate me to go even harder. It doesn't. You want to think that way? I don't care. I don't care. Like, I am not in the market of proving anybody wrong. I don't care. You don't think I'm going to make it? I don't care. So she's doing laundry, making lunches, and is making Susie hot. And people, the family's impressed. They're like, ooh, she's kind of killing it. And Susie's like, no, she isn't. Now you're being a big hater. Let my girl thrive. You said she wouldn't make it. She's proving you wrong. And look at you. Tight in the face, sourpuss. Leave my shorty alone. You said she couldn't do it. You lit that fire on her ass making bets with Savannah, Brianna, and Paris, and her own blood family, and her friends that since birth. She has every right to try and prove you wrong after you doubted her. Get the fuck out of here. So Kimmy and Lil are like, Susie, you have to do something. Like, if Angelica wins, I have to take Chucky's shifts at the Java Lava. And Lil is like, I have to clean Tommy's room for 6 months. You have to do something. And Susie's like, you think I'm gonna let Shorty win in my own house? You think I'm not gonna sabotage her? Now, Susie, you make it hard to root for you, bitch. Because why would you sabotage this girl? Susie, you make it hard to defend you. So in the middle of the night, Susie's brothers catch her trying to change the chore chart. And Susie's like, I can't let this girl win. So are you going to be a loser or are you going to keep your mouth shut about this? And they're like, well, actually, we're going to help you sabotage this girl. Excuse you. I didn't want to root for Angelica. I wanted good parenting to prevail. I went into this episode thinking, oh, I remember this episode. They had structure, they had order, they had some nice rules. The family flowed properly. That's what I went into this wanting to show you good parenting, to show you rules and structure and give an example to the Proud family that we did a couple months ago. But no, I was bamboozled by my own memory because I thought that these rules are dumb. They're sabotaging her, and it's not like she's excelling at the chores and she's being a good member of your household. What more do you want? Isn't that what she came over here to do in the first place? Like, look at this bitch's laugh. Look at how she just laughed. That's not an honest, integral laugh. So Susie changes the clock so that she gets up at 4:30 in the morning on a Saturday. And Angelica's like, no, I'm sleeping in. I checked the chore chart last night. Of course, they just manipulated this chore chart to have Angelica do all the damn chores. So Susie's like, no, that was the weekly chart. This is the monthly chart. Look at all the stuff you have to do. So they have this girl polishing the little figurines on the foosball table, being goddamn Edward Scissorhands with the hedges, and she's still excelling at all the stuff that they put on extra on the chart that wasn't even supposed to be there. So Susie tells Angelica that it's her turn to clean the rain gutters with a toothbrush, and when her parents come home, they're like, oh my god, it looks great in here, look at that. And as they're marveling in all of the beautiful cleanliness of their house, Angelica outside falls off the ladder from the rain gutters, putting my good sis in danger. The parents sit down, Susie and her two brothers, and Angelica starts singing as she should. They made me do this, and this. So Susie and her two brothers get punished for a month, and Angelica's, oh my god, Susie's parents are like, hey babe, you did great. Like, you've more than survived here. As soon as you want to go home, you can go. And Angelica's like, do the dash, trying to play me, bitch, I'm busting your ass. Like, I'm out of here. Like, bitch, I gotta go. So Angelica runs back into her own house, and her parents are so happy to see her because Dill has been driving them crazy with whatever mess he's putting them through. So they're very grateful to have her back. So her parents are like, how are you? How did you make it? And she's like, I learned a couple things. I killed it over there. Anything they threw at me, I mastered it. I was a bad bitch all week. And she's like, oh, well, what did you learn? So she tells them about, the cleaning tips she learned, the cooking tips she learned, and also that she learned that she had it pretty easy at home. So her parents are so proud of her. They said, you can order whatever you want for dinner and you can watch whatever you want on TV. And she's like, hold on. We're gonna cook dinner and sit and eat as a family and reflect on our day. So they're kind of clueless on the cooking, but they do sit down together. They've managed to make a meal and they're talking about their day and they're actually kind of enjoying it, which is sweet. Now, y'all made it, ooh, I didn't want to root for this bitch, but Susie, I wanted to show an example of good black parenting. And Susie, you messed it up. A lot of those rules were stupid. A lot of those rules were very dumb. The last person at the table clears it. Now everyone's rushing to eat. The last person in the bathroom cleans the toilet. That doesn't even make any sense. Why not just do it on a rotating schedule? Mondays is the toilet cleaning day, and then you rotate through the kids. I mean, I get the helping prep dinner thing, but like, if the first person who gets home helps prep dinner, you're gonna keep your kids out all goddamn night. Some of these rules were stupid. I came into this wanting to give a beautiful example of black parenting with organization, rational rules, like a good schedule. Y'all know I have very strong opinions on parenting and punishment and all of that. And they proved me wrong. IQ got me rooting for this bitch. My whole objective just thrown out the window because they wanted to be petty and malicious. That's crazy. I'm gonna wrap this up here because I have to leave for work in a few. But thank you guys so much for watching. They have my good sis fucked up. Again, like I said at the beginning, Palestinian Medical Relief Fund is down in the comments. We got the podcast popping, a whole new channel dedicated to the podcast. It's also on Spotify. Vlogs coming every week. We're active on TikTok again, but TikTok might be a lot of lifestyle fitnessy stuff. We got a lot of stuff going on here, and all of it down below. Was there anything else I wanted to say to you guys? If there was, I'll put it in post. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next week. Don't forget, the hint for next week's episode is in the description box. Leave your guesses in the comments. I will talk to you guys later. I love you very much. Bye.